Let's talk about Taylor Swift. What? David, Taylor Swift? Yes. You may recall that back in September, I did a story entitled Taylor Swift is registering more voters than anyone. And what I said at the time was that statistically speaking, if you look at the margins of victory in 2020 in some states, and you look at, which were very small, and you look at the number of people who follow Taylor Swift and who are registering to vote thanks to her encouragement, it's not impossible that Taylor Swift's voter registration activism could turn a state in 2024. Fox News doesn't like this, and many right-wingers are furious. They are going fully against Taylor Swift, suggesting that it may be a psyop. Some suggesting that she's a lesbian, which, by the way, I don't know what being a lesbian has to do with voter registration. Maybe they can explain it to me. Take a look at this segment from Jesse Waters' program yesterday, interviewing a former FBI agent. They do not like that Taylor Swift is registering people to vote.
And such, immeasurable amount of followers, she can potentially single-handedly swing voters because of just the amount of followers that she potentially can influence. So the answer is yes, Jesse.
Yeah, because when she posted the link to the vote.org, it's like hundreds of thousands of young Taylor Swift fans all of a sudden registered to vote.
The fear is palpable. People are seeing what Taylor Swift says, and they are registering to vote. What a tragic situation. We must stop this.
I wonder who got to her from the White House or from wherever. Who makes that initial handshake? Is it the binder?
Well, the administration has what they consider a perception optics management team. And those are professionals that go out and identify those people who may be unsuspecting, whether with knowledge or without knowledge, to do these type of campaigns. Now,
she doesn't even know what she's doing. She may, without even being conscious of it, realize what she's doing. Oh, she's telling people register to vote. Sounds pretty straightforward, actually.
Now, it is possible that Taylor Swift, quite frankly, does not know that she is being utilized in a covert manner to swing voters. But the bottom line is that the Biden administration is savvy, identifying how many followers and how many voters potentially she can influence with either right information or misinformation. She certainly can swing the voters.
Yeah. And that is absolutely terrifying to these right wingers. Now, let's be super, it's not conspiratorial to recognize that if this were some right wing country singer, Fox News would be singing their patriotic praises for supporting democracy and civic participation. Their reaction would be very different if they suspected that whoever was saying, hey, go register to vote, was going to be useful to the right. And by the way, this is what happened with RFK Jr., okay? When RFK Jr.'s candidacy was seen as bad for Biden and good for Trump because RFK was running as a Democrat against Joe Biden, he was on Fox multiple times a week talking about how great he is and how the Democratic Party is doing him so wrong. As soon as RFK Jr. said, hey, you know what? Instead of running as a Democrat, I'm going to run as an independent. And as soon as the polling showed, hey, this guy is taking at least as much support from Trump as he is from Biden, one attack interview from Sean Hannity, and then down 90% in terms of the attention that Fox News is giving him. So this isn't about the principle of, oh, celebrities registering people is bad. No. The perception that this is bad for Trump is what they're worried about. And all you need to remember is that one side knows it benefits from lower turnout. Republicans know that they benefit from lower turnout. And just think of the math. It's very simple math. One Republican tactic is make it harder to vote early, reduce voting hours, reduce polling places. Imagine that you calculate, if we work to close polling places in Georgia, we can dissuade 40,000 people from voting 25,000 of whom are Democrats and 15,000 of whom are Republicans. By doing this, we help Republicans by 10,000 votes, right? So if that's the action you can take, 10,000 votes that you can help your candidate by with the closure of early voting places is much more useful if there's only 900,000 registered voters versus a million. It's simple math. 10,000 is a larger percentage of 900,000 than of a million. So if you can hold down voter registration, the 10,000 vote gift that you can generate with early polling closures helps your candidate more. It's simple math. They know it. They're terrified of Taylor Swift. I'm not a fan of her music, but I think what she is doing is absolutely fantastic. Yes, register to vote. What's wrong with that? And then decide who to vote for. And implicit in all of this is the assumption that the people who register to vote based on Taylor Swift's activism are more likely to vote for Biden than for Trump. Now, I don't know if that's true. It seems totally plausible that it's true, but I don't know that to be true. They seem convinced that it is the case, which is why they are so terrified by the activism of Taylor Swift. We're going to take a very quick break. As I said at the top of the show, unfortunately, violence of different kinds is going to be a theme on today's show, and we will pick it up with that theme right after this short break. If you're struggling with anxiety or depression, you're certainly not alone. Millions of Americans are searching for ways to just feel better. Many feel they've exhausted every option. They don't know where to turn. If that sounds like you, then guided ketamine therapy from MindBloom could be a game changer. Our sponsor, MindBloom, can help you potentially feel better faster. I've been reading about ketamine therapy and ketamine treatment for a long time for depression and anxiety. We've done interviews about it on the show. There are many promising studies, and MindBloom is the leader in ketamine therapy. They've helped tens of thousands of people overcome anxiety and depression. MindBloom's expert clinicians and guides can help you feel better and quickly, not weeks or months, and you can complete treatment entirely from the comfort of your home. In a study of over 1,000 MindBloom clients, 89% reported improvements in anxiety and depression after just 4 sessions. And now MindBloom has new programs that go beyond just depression and anxiety to overcome life's everyday challenges. MindBloom is offering my audience $100 off your first 6-session program when you sign up at mindbloom.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman. Break free from the anxiety, the depression, feel better with MindBloom. The link is down below.